Hello and welcome to a day in 15 minutes UPSC Prelims Daily Current Affairs by Ekam IAS. Today is 4th December 2019 and there's something special today. Today is Navy Day, so happy Navy Day to all of you. Coming to the topics of discussion, today we'll be discussing about Eklavya Model Residential Schools, Tiger Corridor, Taxation Laws Amendment Bill 2019, Registration of Political Parties, Integrated Fertilizer Management System, that is IFMS, and Dadar and Nagar Haveli and Daman and Diu Merger of Union Territories Bill. Coming to the first topic of the day, which is Eklavya Model Residential Schools. Now there is a news because the Ministry of Tribal Affairs has actually provided financial assistance for the upgradation of the already sanctioned Eklavya Model Residential Schools. Now we'll come and talk about these schools. The Eklavya Model Residential School scheme is actually an initiative to provide quality middle and high level education to the scheduled tribe students in remote areas of the country. It was started in 1998 and the first school was started in the year of 2000 in Maharashtra. Understand, these schools have been functioning as institutions of excellence for tribal students, and this scheme, that is the Eklavya Model Residential School scheme, is actually implemented by Ministry of Tribal Affairs under Government of India. Now the schools will focus not only on academic education but will also focus on all-round development of the students. Now I'll talk about a few objectives of these schools. Now under these schools there will be comprehensive physical, mental and socially relevant development of all students enrolled in each and every residential school. There's going to be focus differentially on the educational support to be made available for those students in classes 11th and 12th and also for those students in standards 6th to 10th, okay, so that both of their different needs are distinctively met. Now there is going to be support for the annual running expenses in a manner that offers a reasonable remuneration to the staff and upkeep of the facilities of the school, and there's also going to be supportive to the construction of infrastructure that provides education, physical, environmental and cultural needs of the students' life. Now coming to the next topic of the day, which is Tiger Corridor. Now the Tiger Corridors are in news because the Minister for Environment, Forest and Climate Change has actually provided details of the Tiger Corridor mapping program in the Rajya Sabha. Now coming and talking about Tiger Corridors, understand, a Tiger Corridor is actually a stretch of land. It's a region of land that links tiger habitats, okay, which linking of these tiger habitats actually allows for the movement of tigers, and not only tigers, there is movement of tigers, the prey of the tigers and also other wildlife. So basically tigers will move around those regions wherein it can have food. So even the preys are included in the Tiger Corridor. Now understand, without these corridors, tiger habitat can become fragmented and the tiger populations can become isolated, leaving tigers vulnerable to localized extinction. Now the corridors are actually operated under the Tiger Conservation Plan, and this plan is protected and implemented under section 38V of the Wildlife Protection Act of 1972. Now in the next slide you can see a list of all the tiger corridors in the country. Please look at it and have a general idea as to where all regions do we have tigers. You can also identify the major tiger reserves in our country. Now coming to the next topic of the day, which is Taxation Laws Amendment Bill of 2019. Understand, there is a news because the Lok Sabha has actually passed a bill in to effect the corporate tax reduction. Okay, now coming and talking about this bill. Now the Taxation Laws Amendment Bill 2019 will amend basically two acts, which is the Income Tax Act of 1961 and the Finance Act of 2019. Now the main aim of the bill is to promote growth and investment in the domestic manufacturing sector. Now this bill provides an option for domestic companies to pay taxes at the rate of 22%. Now understand, this can be availed only if the companies are not claiming deductions under the Income Tax Act. So, but if they are claiming deductions under the Income Tax Act, they cannot, claim the, they cannot be, allowed to pay taxes only at 22%. Okay. Now the companies opting for the new tax rate need not pay minimum alternate taxes or MAT. So now coming to the next topic, which is registration of political parties. Understand this is in news because the Election Commission of India has reviewed the system and process for registration of political parties. Now this new guidelines will be effective from 1st January 2020, that is immediately next year. Now accordingly, the political parties registration tracking management system will be implemented through an online portal. Now understand, this portal facilitates tracking of status of application by applicants. To give you a little bit of background regarding this, the registration of political parties is governed by provisions of section 29A of the Representation of Peoples Act 1951. Now understand, a party seeking registration under the said section with the commission has to submit an application to the commission within a period of 30 days following the date of its formation in the prescribed format. Now basic particulars about the party such as name, address, membership details and various other units under the party, name of the office bearers, etc. All these informations are required in the particulars. Now coming to the next topic of the day, which is Integrated Fertilizer Management System, that is IFMS. Now there is a news because the Department of Fertilizers has developed an IT-enabled system, which is the Integrated Fertilizer Management System, which will capture end-to-end detail of fertilizers in the country. Now coming and talking about this new system, which is the Integrated Fertilizer Management System, the fertilizer sales are monitored online through a web-based integrated fertilizer management system by the concerned stakeholders. Now here the concerned stakeholders will be Department of Fertilizers, state agricultural departments and fertilizer companies. Now the portal actually facilitates real-time online tracking of fertilizers movement, real-time fertilizer availability, real-time tracking of sales of fertilizers at subsidized rates, basically to the farmers through point of sale devices, etc. So all these details can be tracked by this portal. Now understand, under the Aadhaar enabled fertilizers distribution system, it is mandatory for the retailers to sell subsidized fertilizers through point of sale devices. Now coming to a small topic under this, which is the e-Urvarak dashboard. Okay. Now this dashboard is actually developed by the Department of Fertilizers to facilitate easy monitoring by various stakeholders, which is the state agricultural departments, district collectors and state marketing federations. Now the dashboard provides various reports like frequent buyers, the retailers not selling fertilizers through POS devices, stock availability, etc. All this information is given in this dashboard. Now coming to the final topic of the day, which is an interesting topic, which is Dadra and Nagar Haveli and Daman and Diu merger of union territories bill. Now this bill is in news because the parliament has actually passed this Dadra and Nagar Haveli and Daman and Diu merger of union territories bill. Now talking a little bit more about this. Now this bill has been brought to provide merger of the union territories of Dadra and Nagar Haveli and Daman and Diu under a few considerations, which will be fruitful utilization of manpower. Understand the location of Dadra and Nagar Haveli and understand these, why this bill has been put forward. Now we're talking about it. We have fruitful utilization of manpower. There will be improved administrative efficiency, reduced administrative expenditure, improved service delivery, and finally it will facilitate better monitoring of schemes. Now understand, the new entity will be called the Union Territory of Dadra and Nagar Haveli and Daman and Diu. The big name, but that is going to be the new name of the Union Territory. They will be governed under the jurisdiction of the Bombay High Court. Okay, so with the merger, after the merger of these union territories, now the number of territories, union territories that we have in India is going to be the Andaman and Nicobar Islands, Lakshadweep, Puducherry, Dadar and Nagar Haveli and Daman and Diu as one, National Capital Territory of Delhi, Chandigarh, Jammu and Kashmir and Ladakh. So we'll have 8 union territories in the country. So that's all for today. If you have any doubts or queries, you can write down in the comment section below. For additional information, please log into our prelims website, which is www.neoiascap.com. So thank you and good night.
So please like, share and subscribe to our channel for more videos. Follow our website neoiascap.com for the detailed content and monthly prelims digest. Also join our current affairs exclusive test series through the website. And finally, participate in the daily current affairs prelims infotainment quiz at our Telegram channel, that is Neo IAS Prelims, at 9:30 p.m.